This video is brought to you by Tornado Energy Drinks. Check out the link in the description for more details. At BlizzCon this year, Blizzard took the opportunity to announce the last 3 heroes that are going to be in Overwatch when the full game launches. All 3 of the new heroes have now been added to the closed beta, so you can check them all out if you've got access, and that makes 21 heroes in total, all available for you to try. The first new hero is DVA, and she is a tank. Literally, she pilots a giant mech with fusion cannons, and her special abilities include flying for a short period of time and a defensive ability that shoots incoming enemy projectiles out of the air, and also she can self-destruct her mech as her ultimate to destroy any enemy players in the vicinity. That is actually an extremely useful ultimate. You can fly into groups of enemies, then use your ultimate so that it's going to explode. It can be used to great effect. DVA will also auto-eject out of her mech when either her ultimate is used or it receives too much damage. She then carries on foot, and her ultimate then charges towards bringing in a new mech. When on foot though, she's got no abilities but can defend herself with a mid-range blaster rifle. Having now played with her for a little bit, I do think she's reasonably limited, and while she has her place, she probably isn't the best support character. Her cannons do a lot of damage if you're up close, but at medium distance or greater, they don't do much at all. Having said that though, most of the support characters in the game don't have weapons that can do damage over distance. Also, when you fire, unlike other characters, your movement is actually slowed down almost to a standstill, which makes you very vulnerable. You do, however, almost get 2 lives because once your mech has been destroyed, that doesn't kill you. Your character hops out of the mech and you get to carry on with that blaster rifle I mentioned and have limited health. Another new hero is Mei. Mei is equipped with a freeze gun. Her close range fire shoots a short range cold stream that damages and slows enemies, and then she can also fire icicle like projectiles at medium range. Her abilities include a cryo freeze where she puts herself into a block of ice, healing her and stopping her from taking damage, but also preventing her from firing or using any of her abilities. Her second ability lets her put down a giant ice wall wherever she desires. Yes, I said that right, a giant ice wall. It looks really cool. Lastly, her ultimate is essentially a blizzard drone that she can place down, and it causes gusts of wind and snow in an area, causing enemies caught inside it to be slowed and take damage. If you get stuck in a blizzard or freeze gun for a prolonged period of time, you're going to get frozen still and become very vulnerable. It's important to know that Mei is a support hero. Her main weapons are designed to slow enemies down rather than deal massive damage, and so, as with most of the support heroes, it's all about team play. She can of course do a decent amount of damage at close range, but her range is pretty limited. There are a few downsides though. Her ice wall doesn't block the car on payload, and so it's useful for blocking enemies off for a short time, but beyond that, it can be easily broken down if enemies attack it. Also, her ice block that she can surround herself in to heal also makes her very vulnerable if she doesn't do it in a safe place. Enemies can just wait around outside and group up. When it's gone, they can finish and open fire. Last but not least, another new hero we have is Genji, and he is a pretty badass looking samurai. His main attacks are his shuriken throws. He can throw them in quick succession, or he can throw 3 in a wider spread. His special abilities are pretty damn cool as well. The deflect allows him to quickly deflect incoming projectiles with his sword, sending them back towards the enemy. If the deflected projectile kills the enemy, then he's indeed going to get the credit for it. His second ability is called Swift Strike, and Genji runs forward, slicing the air with his katana sword, passing through anyone in front of him. As well as the initial hit, the ability deals bleeding damage over time and instantly can be used again if he kills an enemy with it. He's got some passive abilities as well. Much like Hanzo, he can climb walls but can also double jump to reach higher areas. He's actually a pretty dangerous character and one of my new favourites. The speed that he has and the shurikens do a fair amount of damage. A well-timed swift strike is also pretty devastating. I would say out of all 3 new heroes, this is definitely the one that I've had most fun with, no question about it. His shurikens deal a lot of damage and his swift attack is brutal if you get it right. And we haven't even mentioned his ultimate yet, and whilst it's cool, it's not as good as you might think. He brings out his sword and you have to swipe enemies to take them down. Depending on their health, they might take multiple swings, so getting into swinging range can sometimes leave you a bit vulnerable, especially if you don't kill with the first swipe. As well as the 3 new heroes, we've also got a new map added. It's great to see that there's content pouring into the beta. Hollywood is actually a great map on a Hollywood film set, and as with all of the Overwatch maps, the visuals and detail here are fantastic. You start at the entrance to the movie studio, make your way through a western set to a soundstage, and you get quite a few visual changes. As well as the new map, we've had a few balance updates as well. McCree's high noon time has been shortened, more spawn points have been added for attackers on all of the maps, Mercy's Resurrect goes off after the animation concludes, and Symmetra's Sentry recharges faster. The new heroes are all great additions to the game, and there is 100% a hero for everyone to enjoy and play here, with some more tweaks and changes over the coming months. It's really shaping up to be a top game. And also at BlizzCon, we got details about the game itself, what platforms it's going to launch on, and also the pricing. A lot of people thought that Overwatch would be free to play with heroes and other items put in behind a paywall, but that isn't the case, and for a good reason. Overwatch will be a fully priced game, and it's going to have a number of different versions, which we'll get to in a second. The main point of this though is that Blizzard have announced that they want everyone who plays the game to have access to every hero. They're building a game where each map can be influenced and turned on its head by swapping heroes mid-round depending on what's happening. And they feel that if people didn't have access to certain heroes, then that would significantly impact the balance and direction that they wanted to take the game in. 21 heroes will be in the game at launch, as I said, and when you buy the game you'll have access to all of them. So what about pricing then? And this is where some people aren't too happy. There are a few pricing options depending on your platform. That's right, platform. Not only is this game coming out on PC, but it's also been announced that it's coming on Xbox One and PS4 as well. So we've got a standard edition, an Origins edition, and the collector's edition. The standard edition is £30 and it's only available for the PC. The Origins edition is £45 on the PC and $49.99 on consoles. As you can see, the console version is not only more expensive, but there's no cheaper alternative like there is on PC. And I suspect that this is simply down to the cost of making a console game that has the physical disc, but still some people weren't too happy about it. The Origins edition does also include 5 character skins for Bastion, Reaper, Tracer, Pharah and Soldier 76. Lastly, of course, the Collector's Edition is the big one, and that includes the soundtrack, a visual source book, and also a Soldier 76 statue, as well as everything in the Origins edition, and that's going to set you back £99. Ouch. Blizzard also confirmed that they've got no plans to charge for the maps or anything along those lines. If that changes down the line, no one knows yet. What they haven't said, but more likely will be the case, is that they're going to sell cosmetic items like skins. In the Origins edition, they provide you with 5 character skins, so that's something that they've clearly got in mind for the game. It may be that they'll offer a store with cosmetic skins at some point. Personally, I'm fine with that, as long as I can get all of the content in the game that I would expect from a full price title, but I'm not forced to buy the cosmetic items. As long as it's not going to change the mechanics or balance of the game, then that doesn't really affect my experience. If I do choose to buy the skins, then that's my choice, much like in CSGO for argument's sake, but of course you could argue CSGO isn't a full price game, but the principle is still the same. And something else I wanted to touch on was the really cool cinematic video that Blizzard released for Overwatch over a year ago now. If you haven't seen it, I'll put a link in the description, but it's around a 6-minute video that could easily have been a scene from a Pixar created Disney movie. It had the cartoony animated feel much like the actual game, but had a story element in there as well, showing off some of the in-game characters and giving them a personality. Winston, Tracer, Reaper and Widowmaker are all present in the video. There's a backstory about Overwatch being created to bring peace to the world to end an ongoing war. Reaper and Widowmaker are of course the bad guys, and Winston and Tracer are the good guys defending Doomfist's gauntlet. It's the same gauntlet that can be seen in the vehicle being defended on payload. I was watching it back for some info, and what's interesting is that when they're giving the backstory, there are some heroes shown in the image that are neither in the game nor announced. A big guy in a hazmat suit, for example, and also a reference to a hero called Soundquake. So either these heroes were removed along the line, or they're planned to be added in the future. I think Overwatch would make a pretty epic movie, actually, having watched this trailer back, or even like an animated series. I've no idea if Blizzard have any plans for that, but it really wouldn't surprise me. Imagine if at around the time that they release the game, they also release a Pixar-style animated movie at the same time, and that's certainly one way to build up some more hype for the game. Could be pretty interesting. Overall, I'm still really enjoying Overwatch. It's incredibly addictive, and I implore you, if you get a chance or if you get a closed beta key, check it out and put some time into it, because it's a really fun and well balanced game. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. As always, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.